Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So we got a video that's been going pretty viral, and again with the defending of complete and utter nonsense. I'm not going to preface it too much. We're going to focus on some of the comments, but right now, let's just play the video. There might be a little bit of language in here, just so you're aware of that, but nothing too obnoxious. So here we go.
Got a whole bunch of whoops baby mamas in my comments defending why it's okay to have a baby with a man that you don't know. This is why we say the bar is in hell. It's one thing to not be married. I don't judge people that's not married. I wasn't married when I had my first child. Just so happened my baby daddy ended up marrying me. But you bitches don't even have to be a man girlfriend. You don't even have to know the ninja. You don't even have to have a bond with the ninja. Are you fucking serious? Do y'all hear how dumb that sounds? The very first thing you do for your child, before you do anything, before you stop smoking, before you stop drinking, before you have a healthy pregnancy, before you provide a home, is pick the daddy. And you bitches don't even want to put thought into that. Oh my God. And then y'all talk about, we all end up in the same position. Who the fuck is we? Who is we? Me? Got a ring. All jokes aside, y'all do realize there are certain disabilities and certain illnesses that could be passed on, right? So if you don't notice that this ninja got issues before you, so now I got a whole bunch of whoops baby mamas in my comments defending why it's okay to have a baby with a.
Now, let's go right to the comment section. Okay, you got people that's really got to break this down. So this first lady here, this first person here is saying all she said was put some thought into choosing them. Is it a guarantee that they'll be an upstanding partner and father? Of course not. But to choose someone who has not been vetted, who has not shown or proven to care about your well-being is kind of wild, right? And somebody said they don't want to talk about that, though. He never did nothing for them but give them a wet, and they became pregnant. Okay. But it's of course not for me. That's partly why we are here. Y'all keep setting the bar for low expectations. These ninjas are the same, but you might get a decent one. That too encourages hasty selection. It's simple. Pick a man who agrees to plan to have a child. Ask him if he wants to raise a child with you. If you can't have that conversation, do not allow that man to get you pregnant, even if he is a quote boyfriend. Some women have undisclosed desires to have the man's child. You hear it all the time. If he didn't want a baby, he shouldn't be doing things that lead to one. And it takes two. Some men on some occasions will literally have sex with 3 women in one day. Of course, he's not trying to have a child with either of them. Okay. So then you got other people, right, that was in pretty much agreement. In most situations, she's 100% correct. Are there women out there who did everything right and still got played and lied to? Of course, there's an exception to every rule, but majority of situations, God himself said, not this dude, and y'all still created a child with him. Got to take accountability for that. First sign, if he has 2, 3, 4 kids already and not with any of those women, chances are he is heartless, especially if those kids are young. Okay. She threw it out the window when she said she had a baby daddy. No, she didn't. Because actually what she did was take away the famous argument that these chicks like to make anytime a woman says you have to do a better job of vetting the men that you're having children with. Their go-to is, well, marrying before you carry doesn't guarantee that he's going to be a good dad and da 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 da. So you're probably still going to end up being a single mother no matter what you do. And that go to is nonsense, because what does that have? What does the potential maybe failure of a marriage have to do with the fact of whether or not you tried to vet a man or you just didn't even put no thought into it? She actually took the argument away when she said, I don't judge when you're not married to the man that you had a child with. My problem is you don't even know him. You don't even know him. You have not created any bond with him. You have not even so much as been in a girlfriend position with this man. Yet you get pregnant and yet you have his child, right? Y'all pop this till it's y'all. You could be with someone 10 years and they could change. The best thing you can do is try your best on your end. Not me, though. Mine's still here. People do wear masks. Is that not fair to say? A man could seem like he's all in about you and having a future with you and whatnot. Then as soon as you show them the positive test, some can and will flip that script on you and have you thinking, who is this man? I don't know him all along. So I say that to say you can do all the proper vetting you want, but you cannot stop people who love to play in people's face for personal enjoyment. But the moment you peep game, you better make your next move your best move. Okay. Girl mad like she got to pay child support. Slow down. The message don't sound like it's coming from a loving place. So you've got the usual fodder of comments that don't have anything to do with anything. What the comments don't do is address what she said. Nobody actually addressed what she said. They went straight to, oh, well, this could happen and the guy could flip the script and da 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 da, and he could turn out to be a different way. But they didn't address the fact that so many of these females get pregnant without having a clear understanding of who this man actually is. They're getting pregnant with one night stands. They're getting pregnant on hookups. They're getting pregnant on friends with beanies. They're getting pregnant by guys that's just coming through every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? You don't really have meaningful conversations with this man. You don't really know what he does outside of when he comes to see you. You don't really have a lot of communication outside of you coming through. You're gonna come around or whatever. Making plans to hook up with each other. Those are the extents of your conversation. And then you mess around and get pregnant because nobody wants to wear a condom. The man isn't going to do it, and you aren't going to make him do it because you're just as desperate for sex as you say he is. So therefore you're afraid, as you know what I'm saying, you're scared that he gonna just walk off if you make that a requirement. If you tell him, no, we can't have any sex without protection, without some type of condom, you scared that he gonna be like, oh, okay, and walk out because you're thirsty too. You want some D2 really bad. So you don't even want to risk the rejection. You don't even want to risk the possibility of him just accepting that you don't want to have sex without a condom. He doesn't have one or is not going to get one. And so therefore he says no, which 9 times out of 10, a man is not going to do that. If you are out here running around here having sex with these men and you tell him we can't do this without a condom, he going to produce a condom. He gonna produce a condom. It is what it is. If you make it a standard and a requirement, the men will do it. And the ones that don't want to do it, do you want them touching you anyway? If you set a boundary with a man and he pushed back too hard on a sensible boundary, let's have some type of protection during sex because we're not even in a relationship. We barely know each other. We just hot and want to have sex with each other. So since we don't really know nothing about each other, here, let's wear this condom so that we can have sex. If he's got an unusual amount of pushback for that, you don't want him, you don't want to deal with him. Why would you want to deal with him? Because that tells me everything I need to know. You don't barely know me. We barely know each other. So it's not an unreasonable thing for me to say, okay, let's wear a condom. You know, and if he get mad or be like, why you want me to come on, let's and start trying to look, this is not the move anyway. This is not the guy that you need to even be having so much as a one night stand with, let alone some type of relationship or rapport. Y'all are not even building no rapport with the dudes that you sleeping with and having kids with. Too many of y'all be coming around talking about, well, I didn't know he was like this, and I didn't know, you know what I'm saying, that he would do this and do that, because you're not taking no time to find that out. It's not even about that. And how do y'all get surprised by how he reacts to news of a pregnancy from a chick that, you know, his plan was to hit it a couple of times and ghost you. Now he can't ghost you, you know, or maybe he can. But this is why I say it's on the women, because yes, is he shooting up the club? Yeah, but you letting him. You're the one that bear the risk. So it would behoove you to be more careful. It would behoove a woman to be much more careful. Since we are the gatekeepers of sex, then gatekeep it. Y'all don't like to gatekeep it. Y'all just be getting turned on. Y'all worse than the dudes that just get turned on by a chick that look good. He ain't got to know nothing about her. Sometimes he don't even want to know nothing about her. He just want to clap cheeks and move on. Y'all worse than them. Y'all worse than dudes. Because you just see a dude that you want to clap your cheeks and you don't even ask no questions. You know what I'm saying? You flirt, you open the door for it. You know what I'm saying? And if he bite, you happy. And then want to be devastated when you miss your period. And now you either don't know who's the father, which I find to be atrocious. A woman that don't know who the father is, because that means you screwed too many men in too short of a time span. That's what that means. When you don't know who's possible to be the dad, that means you screwed too many different men in a short time span, because you only ovulate for a couple of days out of a month. But we're not even gonna go down that rabbit hole. The point is that she said you all do not know the men that you are having children with. And that is a fact. And nobody wanted to address that in the comment section because accountability, right? We're dodging it. Anyways, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.